Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to my very first video on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It's a 133 kill game on Hardpoint Throwback. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about in this 133 kill gameplay on Infinite Warfare is everyone's perception of the game so far, because ever since the reveal trailer, everyone has been a little bit skeptical about, is the game going to be any good, is it going to be rubbish, what's it going to be like, why is it in the future, and all this sort of stuff, because the trailer has become one of the most disliked videos on YouTube, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. The Call of Duty community has created one of the most disliked videos, and I completely understand the reasoning behind it, because I was among everyone that was really hoping for a game that was going to be set in a modern era or back in World War II, which is one of my favorite eras for first-person shooters of all time, and kind of get that traditional Call of Duty feel with boots on the ground, no wall running, no jetpacks like there were in Advanced Warfare, which was just a little bit too much, but just that traditional feel like you get in Modern Warfare Remastered. However, after not being able to go out to COD XP, I was very lucky enough to get some playtime on Infinite Warfare, and I've fallen in love with this game. It's really surprised me. I was really happy with everything. It gives you everything that you expect from an Infinity Ward game. It's kind of got amazing hit detection. It's really smooth. On top of that, it's got that kind of really nice movement, which is kind of like, feels like a bit more of a tuned Black Ops 3 is the best way of explaining it. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay that you're watching, which is 133 kills on Hardpoint on the map Throwback, and I cannot begin to tell you how happy I was when I got this gameplay. I was literally jumping for joy. I was like high-fiving everyone along the team, and the reason is because I was genuinely gutted that I couldn't go out to COD XP and play the game with everyone else, because they were all tweeting me, they're like, oh yeah, COD XP is great, and I'm just like, yeah, but I can't complain. I was participating in the Wembley Cup, which was a really fun, incredible experience as well. But when I got this gameplay, because I went to an event that they had it at, and I was able to just sit there, and if I'm being honest, I kind of didn't move for a couple days. I just pretty much just sat there and played it. So I got a load of play time on it, and it's made me really excited for this game, because the gun that I'm using in it is the Nv4, which is, it reminds me a lot of the M4 carbine from like COD 4 and like kind of Modern Warfare 2 and all those sort of games. It's one of my favorite guns of all time, but it's a really powerful and accurate gun. It's like kind of, there's a difference in kind of Infinite Warfare. There's two different gun types. There's ballistic rifles, and then there's also energy rifles. Now, it's a ballistic rifle, which has like a moderate fire rate that yields increased stability for best-in-class accuracy. Now, I kind of normally don't go for the gun that has the best accuracy. I kind of go for the ones that have the most power, because you're able to take out enemies a lot quicker, especially if you can control the recoil. But the Nv4 is perhaps one of the best guns I've ever used in Call of Duty, period. I also think one of the big contributing factors to being able to get this gameplay was the fact that I was up against 7 people, because for some reason it was 5v7, which I was quite happy about, because it meant there was more people to kill, even though it would be harder to win the game overall. But I had a lot of fun. The eraser pistol in this, which is the kind of payload that I'm using on FTL, is incredible. It's like this kind of, if you play Destiny, think golden gun with a high fire rate, and if you're accurate with it, you can just run into a room and take 5-6 people out straight away. I've got some awesome clips of that. And also, you might notice my screen flashes yellow every so often, and that's because of my my trait of my rig, which is called perception, which means that if anyone sees me where it's not in my line of sight, it will flash yellow, so I know someone's coming from my side or someone's coming from behind me, which means you can react and take them out, which is so useful, especially if you're in a position where you're holding a couple lanes, where you're playing as an assault rifle player. You just kind of sit on a point, and if it flashes yellow, you know someone's coming right behind your back, so you can quickly turn around and win that gunfight. Use your boost jump to kind of make you a little bit harder to hit. It's so fun. There's so many options that you can have in this game, and I think that has to be one of the most exciting things about Infinite Warfare. As players, we're gonna have so much choice, from weapons, from rigs that we use, from score streaks. For weapons, for example, there's going to be hundreds of different weapons to choose from. We know there's 25 weapons in the game at the moment, but they're each going to have a different variant. There's common, there's rare, there's legendary, and there's epic variants of each gun, which could completely mix it up. Like the Volk, for example, its epic version turns the gun from being a fully automatic assault rifle to a single shot, which is a completely different gun when you think about it. If we then have a look at the rigs, there's so many different combinations of payloads and traits for you to use. Like in the gameplay you're watching, I'm using FTL, I'm using the eraser pistol to kind of help me rack up kills to get my score streaks quicker, but then the perception trait allows me to know when someone's coming behind me, so it's a lot harder for me to die and makes it easier for me to get those score streaks, because if I see my screen flashing yellow, I'm not going to be hanging around. I'm going to be running out of there or trying to react a little bit more to help me get a load more kills. And that's just kind of the base level. When you think about it, when we get into the game, there's going to be so many choices for us to make. There's going to be so many decisions that other players make that's going to affect the entire game. Score streaks, for example. I was quite excited about the score streaks, especially the Thor, because one of my favorite score streaks of all time was the Lodestar back in Black Ops 2. And that's the best way of explaining Thor, because it's got a couple different firing options. You kind of have this tracking shot which allows you to kind of like guide the shots, but then if you press Y, you can change the firing mode to make it so you shoot single missiles. So if you're accurate with it and you get really good with it, you're able to just pick up a lot more kills than using the guided missile. But if you see like 6-7 people on an objective, you can just swap to the big gun, the cluster missile, aim it and guide it onto the objective, and boom, even if they've got flak jacket, they're not surviving that because it's like 6 explosions in one little spot. As well as Thor, I was also using the Warden score streak, which is Infinite Warfare's version of the attack chopper / Overwatch, if you can remember the score streak from Call of Duty Ghosts, that would just follow you around and protect your backside. And I cannot begin to tell you how many times the Warden saved my life in this gameplay alone, as well as racking me up a ton of kills. It was just getting doubles, triples all over the place, and probably got me a large percentage of my total kills. I was also using the RC8, which is this giant, huge mech that you can either control yourself and kind of just become this wrecking tank that can just blow everyone up. Especially on small maps, it's absolutely destructive. However, I personally always let it go and do its own thing. It will roam around, it will pick you up like 6 to 10 kills, but it will give you the opportunity to go and get a load of gun kills yourself, because remember, score streak kills are only going to get you 25 score a piece, while your gun kill will be like 100, 125. But so there we have it, 133 kills. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe because I've got tons of Infinite Warfare content coming out this week, and we'll see you guys next time.